I guess we're live. All right, well, so we're actually looking at the live stream, but it's got a little bit of a lag to it. So I'm using this CameraFi software, testing it out because I would like to be able to live stream from the boat hands-free, as in not holding my camera or my phone, but also, so I'm not zooming in and out. This is just a delay effect, so it's kind of like taking a picture of a picture of a picture. We'll see how it goes here. But in any case, I want to be able to live stream from the boat without having to hold the camera and still be able to access my phone and check for, look at the weather radar or messages or whatever. So now we're just getting this like repeating loop of screen inside of the screen. See if I can change the focal point, get rid of that. Yeah, it's working all right. All right. So I'm just learning the software to see if it's even a viable thing. According to this, I can actually set the screen orientation. I'm going to turn, I know this is going to drive you guys nuts, but enjoy the sideways tree for a minute. I may have to close this down to change the setting, but it actually had automatic. There's no way it's going to change in the middle of a stream. And I've also learned that YouTube now recommends using the portrait mode whenever you try to do a live stream from the app, which is crazy to me because everybody hates it. But that's what they're pushing. All right, let's see what happens. Switching to ugly mode. All right, I keep holding it from the camera side. So I am looking at getting a live streaming camera of some sort to, actually I'd like to have more than one in the boat, maybe even as many as 3. So I'm looking for an app that will let me select which camera I'm using. Golly, I hate glasses. Anyway, I am looking for that option. And so this software, CameraFi, will allow you to select from at least one USB source. I don't know about 2. So I'm going to have to find out. But ideally, I would have a camera outside and at least one inside, preferably 2 inside. And then I could use my phone to select which one of the cameras is the source while I'm doing various things in the boat. And start making some quality live streams from the boat. That's kind of my big thing right now. Anyway, I haven't really done much lately. I've been trying. Let me switch out here again. I have been trying like heck to, man, the focus on this app is not very impressive. Let's see what happens though. Now, another thing is, I don't know if I can see your comments. So that's something else I've got to figure out is, and I'm sure that it'll let me minimize this app, connect to my own live stream. Wow, 4, that's a record. You know, I'm on the boat, I get 1 person. And I get on here and sitting in my living room, and I get 4. That's wild. So can I see the app from, or the chat? Probably not. Nope, apparently not. Wait a minute, maybe I can. Yeah, looks like you can. That's pretty cool. Well, that saves an extra step. Well, let's go out and look at the gloomy weather we have here in Northwest Florida today. Show you guys my casa. So I haven't really showed this, but this is the pool that I don't like and don't use very much at all. But every house over here, it seems like everybody, and I mean everybody, except for my immediate neighbors, have pools. Every house we looked at had a pool, but I just don't really do much with them. So this is my little setup I've been working on here over the summer, rebuilding this. It was just 4x4 posts, no gussets and no trim, and it just looked really, well, it was kind of pretty fragile the way it was built, but it did survive the hurricane. In any case, let me check the microphone setting because I got a feeling that, yeah, it gives me other options, so that's cool. Can anybody tell me if the volume is low or okay? Anyway, so I went and built these gussets and trimmed this out, and now I'm having some separation issues because somebody didn't use some glue on that, so I've got to take some of this apart and put in this cable railing. Look at me, I went with code, and I went with vertical cable railing, so it's not climbable, and I really like it, actually more so than horizontal. So anyway, I've got to put a piece here and a piece here to close this end off, and over here on this end I've got to put a piece here where the steps are going to be at, and then an 8-foot piece over here, and then a handrail to go down. And for these, I just went to Lowe's and I bought some pre-made caps, little pyramid caps, and then a base ring. So we're putting steps down here, and that's my new seawall, which I knew I was going to have to put in when we bought this property 3 years ago. Well, the time has come. We started having a pretty bad failure of the seawall down on that end. It hadn't blown out yet, but it was leaking some sand. And bottom line is, when they put the first couple of pieces of vinyl in for the seawall, it let go, and about 2 feet of that dropped down in the corner. So it was right at the edge of failure. Within a year, it would have probably had a failure. But there she is. My neighbor is nice enough to let me borrow his lift until mine gets put in. But the plan is right now, I'm going to rebuild these steps, and I'm going to build a walkway and another set of steps. So I have to kind of go down a couple times and then onto the dock area, which is going to pretty much line up right here. So there'll be a 12 to 14 foot dock here, and then the boat will be in this direction. It'll be pointing this way when I bring it into the lift. And I wanted to be able to see the boat from the house, just keep an eye on it. And then later, hopefully, we'll be able to extend about a 4-foot dock down this seawall right here to give a place to tie the boat up when it's not on the lift or if somebody's visiting or whatever. So yes, that's how I have to go out there. It's a long ways. Those canals, over half a mile of water to get out. This is very protected in the event of a hurricane. And we have really good elevation. As you can see, the boat is quite high above the water, and the roof of the boat is pretty much even with the floor of the house, maybe even a little bit lower. So we have about 12 feet here above the tide. It would take a really bad surge to get us. Anyway, let's go back in and see what's going on. I'm going to cut this stream short pretty quick. I just wanted to test the software. I probably wanted to leave the stream up, so we'll see what happens. This is some of the railing, boxed up railing that needs to be cut and installed. Lots of fun. So I was looking at I had to get used to that. So on the YouTube app, you just hit flip and it switches, but on this one you have to hit flip and select the camera. So it's 2 steps to switch the stream or which camera source it is. Anyway, I lost my train of thought now. Oh yeah, so the boat video actually did pretty good. The good old live stream. 43 views. That's sad, but that's the most views I've had on a video in a while. I think I did an update. It took months to get 150 views. I don't have a lot of subscribers out there that are active anymore, and I did lose some when I left YouTube, but it's just something that I needed to do. And I continue to be hesitant to interact too much with the platform. It's certainly not anything against you guys. It's just, you know, as I mentioned in my old videos, I just don't like the direction of the censoring and other things that have happened. So I just kind of stopped using it more or less. And Honestly, I just haven't had time. I'm very, very busy with multiple fronts, whether it be business, some traveling, and I've been very heavily into the music thing here for the last little bit. So I've got a pretty good collection of instruments now: banjo, a Martin guitar. Picked up a mandolin the other day. It is a I can't think of the name of it now. The it starts with the something banjo mandolin. Cheapo, but I just wanted to learn it, and or play around with a little bit. The lure, I think it's a 310 lure that I got, and it's actually not a bad sounding mandolin. Certainly for learning the very basics is all I'm trying to do with that. But I spent a lot of time doing that, and to be honest, I'm not particularly proud of my playing. So I've been at it now for the last 2 or 3 years, and I feel like my progress is very, very slow. And so I just haven't felt like there's any need to upload my playing. I got a little 310 mandolin, and one thing I've learned in my short time of messing with music is that instruments are typically worth spending the extra money on to get a nice one, particularly a good brand and a good model in a good year, because they simply go up in value. Unlike the many, many years of car parts that I've had, which everything that I bought for the IROC is nearly worthless. I've got thousands of dollars in the Holly system and thousands of dollars in heads and turbos, and all of it is immediately worth half or less of what you paid. And at the same time, I bought a banjo 3 years ago, which was a Gold Star. I paid at a music store, full retail, around $1,800. And that particular model was the GF100 JD, signed by JD Crow, who passed away here in the last little bit. And boy, this focus really is not, it's just not great with this app. It struggles. Anyway, I bought this banjo, and like I said, I paid about $1,800 for it. I've had it here for 3 years. And I just saw one that was, Lord, the zoom. I feel like this app doesn't zoom back as far as the camera phone either. But anyway, that banjo is now worth about $300 more than I paid for it. Try that with a set of cylinder heads for a small buck. So that's one of the reasons I've liked it. But I just get a lot of enjoyment out of learning music and practicing and playing. So that's really what I've been doing with my time more than anything. And one of the contributing factors to why you don't see me on YouTube very much. But maybe I'll upload more of that in the future, but we'll see how it goes. All right, well, I think the test is good. I'm going to play this back and see how it looks, and I'll catch you guys on the boat soon.